the side of the Indonesian teams, Alter Ego, and Boom. It seems to be the Indonesian way to bring out the Silva and Sky. It's been quite effective in multiple regions, but can they make it happen this time? Tabletol opening the things up. Reyna, the Empress, here to start the game off, and Nats is gonna find one. Fat Penguin, all mass considered, gets another pick, and it's a quick 5v2. They mean business coming into Haven.
They do look like they're not mucking around anymore, and this is one way of asserting their dominance. Alter Ego starting strong, not losing a single player on that take, and they're looking like they're gonna perfectly take this round, and that is one hell of a flawless take on a pistol. This is one way to say to your opponent, yeah, you might have taken that match, but we're not gonna let that get to us at all. We're gonna fight even harder in game number 3, and this is it.
Yeah, we've got the power of friendship and the power of being underestimated, honestly.
You sound like
AE have.
Kwame from Captain Planet. That's something like he'd say. Heart.
Of course you would know. But what there should not be any qualms about is that Alter Ego, they are in any sense of the word, you know, kind of under Boom Esports right now. Yes, in the series of these two matching up against each other, it is 5-4 in the favor of Boom, but then again, that's not really much. That's not really decisive. If they get this, AE are going to be 5-5 historically with Boom, and then every prediction is still throw a muck about, because then nobody really knows who is the king. But what matters here, more importantly, is who can perform in these big time moments. And for a lot of these teams from Southeast Asia, there isn't a bigger stage than the Siege Challengers playoffs itself. And so, coming to the round, I mean, full plant on that A site. What can they really do on the retake here, Boom? I don't wager much.
Yeah. I mean, they only have 5 classics. I mean, they probably will just go for full exit frags just to... They also want to deny economy to Alter Ego. Every kill is worth a little bit. You know, you still get like a nice 200. And so they're going to try to take a little bit of money away from Alter Ego and at the same time boost their own here. But instead, 5 people alive at the end of the day. And they all... Yeah, they all just go down together, sinking with the ship. It's Titanic 2.0.
They say captains sink with a ship, but I'm not sure who is the captain of this boat we're on in the moment. Ship has yet to sail. Where will it really go at the end of the day? To Berlin? That is the final stop, but who's hopping on board? Who's going to be steering that on the way? Either of these teams, very, very real challengers to maybe be the captain of it all, to maybe be the top seed when we go into Berlin for Southeast Asia, but they're going to have to prove it through their performance here. They're going to have to get through their fellow regional teams to get there. Both Indonesian teams right now fighting for supremacy, a battle of wits, and everything else considered. AE opening up 2-0. They've been doing this time and time again here in this entire series, but they have yet to win that split map against Boom recently. This time, though, another 2-0 start. Boom, I'm not sure if they got what's in them to make it happen to Flip Jitter. Getting an opener, and Blaze and Flip Jitter, they all open things up. Nats, it's all on him to hold down the line. His Fat Penguin, far removed, has got a nice flank, actually.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to at least make something of this round. Actually, if he can get the timing right... Never mind. Okay, that was rather unfortunate, but if he did get that timing, that would have signaled Nats Laurent that there was vulnerability towards that A site. But instead, they will be shut down here as we bring ourselves to a 2-1 scoreline. Nothing too unusual, especially on a map like Haven. But again, still a very good round for Alter Ego. And Black and Blue, we are now coming closer and closer to the culmination here. And you know, these players, they're starting to land some insane shots. How are you feeling now about the odds of Boom or Alter Ego going further as the representatives of Southeast Asia?
I still believe in playoff Boom, and I also believe that AE, for them to kind of be touted as the underdog, gives them a chip on the shoulder, an edge here over the rest of the competition. Flip Jitter finding an opening pick there on Tabletol as well, but they have a good chance, I think, of maybe being the top seed, or at least a second seed to represent C in Berlin. There are a few hurdles in the way, though, namely Paper Rex and Brand Esports, but either one of them can show up and make it happen for the Indonesian representatives. Flip Shitter finds Berserk, and LB Moore is going to get the trade-off. Nats Valorant able to do the same thing too. Eeyore answering back. The 3v2 in the favor of Boom, man advantage-wise.
Oh. There we go. It's going to be a very, very pickup round, a very crucial round here, excuse me. But, ooh, all right, LB Moore yet again. We said that he was a player to watch out for, and indeed, it's living up to that potential, to that hype that we have been building around him. It's him and Fat Penguin left standing against Asterisk, who was, as a Sage in the previous game, a couple games ago, the top fragger here. But he does have 2 to isolate. Can he actually go ahead and do that right now? He gets onto site, he finds 1, he knows where 1 is. Can he isolate yet again? Has the turret to play with, but he knows the timing, and although LB Moore was able to play around the turret, Asterisk was still better for it. Well played right now in a very crucial clutch for Boom.
Boom Esports equalizing things up after losing the opening 2. Now getting 2 back, and they swing left. Boom answers with a right hook of their own.
Well, it's definitely pretty much a slobber knocker that we're seeing right here. Just 2 teams completely wailing on each other. A lot of great rounds, and a lot of great kills, and a lot of amazing clutches as well as what we've seen here thus far. And now we're returning to the eco round as Alter Ego. They will have to save up a bit here, but not too much is lost here. They'll be happy to take it for now. If they can manage to create an opening for themselves, that they might be able to sneak them or ensconce their way into a site just to get a plant, it might be worth it on this eco round entirely. LB Moore not making a sound. Neither of them are. And the fact that Eeyore has his hands completely full with this flash, it might actually go against him right now. Oh, the timing, it works exactly what I was doing. That's the very danger of having that. And now LB Moore misses the shot. Even though he had a rifle in his hands, it's picked up. Tebatol is able to get 1, but that's all he wrote as NC Slasher finds a double, leaving Berserkers all alone, and he's running around. Oh, gonna dash out here. And okay, Asterix a little bit worried about this. He's definitely getting a little bit antsy because Berserks, he can't land these shots. Oh no, the position's given here, and they're doing a dance, and Asterix comes out on top with 40 HP still.
Really fortunate there for Asterisk. He still get the kill at the end, almost giving it up. Not in the way that he might have expected, but Boom, okay. They're doing it, making it happen on the defensive side here in Haven, which is very important, especially starting on it. As Boom Esports, they will be able to get a single round lead, but AE now do have that economy to buy on up. You can see them trying to play things a bit slower. Already the stars here are prepped to try and maybe aggress on a lobby itself. I think Boom Esports are about to go for a play here right now. Flash on out with a guiding light in the peak. They're coming from the sewers with the operator in hand from Flip Shitter, but that smoke being popped there actually works against him. That was a good reaction here coming from AE for the most part. And now with that control rescinded, you can see how much of a rotation has been pulled already to the Bravo and Charlie sites. But Garages were going to try and park themselves and maybe kind of stage and mount this attack on the C site itself. NC Slash has been really good on the platform, but Berserk is able to find 1, and NC Slash are able to find 1 of his own. Nats Laurent able to get the frag, but Eeyore is going to answer back for a 3v3. NC Slash are taken down off of the whiff, and quickly it's all onto Flip Shitter here in a 1v3. He's got the blades, but can he slice and dice this up?
He spotted the shoulder onto 1. He's got an operator. He was... Now this is a very dangerous prospect here. Do you want to try to at least use the blades? Or do you want to safely save that operator? And the decision on that one is going to be the latter, as they now... Well, they're going to secure that site here. They're going to secure this round. Alter Ego, they're going to be very happy about this round. But they want to look for maybe Flips Jitter. They know that they have this round as they're all kind of jumping around here, maybe jump spotting a little bit towards the long. And they know that there's nobody going to be trying for it, especially without any time left. But they do want to hunt Flips Jitter out. An op in his hands is always a very, very scary prospect. I doubt they'll find him now, but...
Well, score has been tied on up, and now AE, great response for them to go full send in that garage and take everything by storm with the C site almost going awry, but for the most part, You're able to land their shots, and that let them gain the control they needed. You can see, even with the map control taken on the A site, Boom Esports, they knew that AE could not go to Bravo, they could not go to the C site itself, but yet it wasn't enough. Even though they tried to stack and help on the defense, it wasn't enough to hold back the execute coming in for Alter Ego. So Alter Ego now trying to split things up mid-control. Not super heavy-handed in that, but they do have some presence here outside the garage itself, and Grass and Berserks trying to spam through the smoke. He does have some idea that there should be Boom Esports players on the other end of that, and as Flipshitter once again holding on there from the sewers with the operator. He's going to try and rescind control of that, as after the tag from the Isle drone, well, he's like, okay, let me give this up. I can solo the site. The rest of them go and help out otherwise.
Yeah. Still, not a lot of ground gained, and yet again, respectfully, both of these teams will inquire and prod towards the site. A lot of utility being thrown out, but because of the fact that the Nano Swarm was down, it's not really going to hamper anybody from pushing into it. They still have to deal with Asterisks, who might be able to get a good pick off right now. Predator with a stinger, Blaze, excuse me, with a stinger, is able to get one from up close, and Flipshitter doing work with that operator. Is able to find one through the smoke regardless, and Tebatol completely unaware, off guard. Elmi Moore yet again
30 seconds left.
Is able to make things a little bit interesting. And Fat Penguin, they don't want to plant just yet. They have full access towards the C site, but they want to make sure that nobody's hanging around in garage. Eeyore, though, is a little bit too wise for this. And a couple of Hunter's Fury will be exchanged. And yet again, it's going to be another Hunter's Fury war. This time, Blaze comes out ahead.
And strike Thunder from up above, down below. And in that case, it's going to be Blaze winning that fight for Lightning. Fat Penguin, all weight is on him, and that's not a joke on what this man can bring, because we know he is a very clutch player too. He brings it to a 1v1. There he goes. And now Flipshitter is out in the open. He does get the round there. What a clutch in coming from Fat Penguin on the post plant. They knew where he was. They knew that he was isolated out in the open, but he was better at isolating those penguins. Fat Penguin waddling his way into a clutch.
Honestly, I really think that was a very big misplay from Boom. I think Flipshitter should have let go of the operator. There were so many other so many guns on the floor. And instead, he was just waiting for... I don't know. I feel like Flipshitter was waiting for NC Slasher to peek around the corner in a 3v1. Just pick up a rifle and stick together and go for a peek here. But after that first kill, it all just seemed to fall apart right there. And it was a little bit of a lack of communication, and definitely a round that should have went to Boom's way, and this will definitely sink into their morale, into their mentality here. They're gonna be reset. A round they should have won. All right, Blaze is able to land a nice shot onto Fat Penguin. A little bit of vengeance for that previous round, though, but there still is a lot of utility. Natsularand doing the work towards short, and Tebatol right there towards long. Blaze is completely flashed, and against three that peeking simultaneously. No way you can survive. Tebatol with a massive triple K in this round here. Will get up close and secure his 4. Just a little bit of a momentum booster, a little bit of a ego booster, confidence right there for Tebatol, as he hasn't exactly been doing very well in the previous games, and this might just be what he needs to get into it.
I mean, even though it was against an eco, sometimes that's all you need to get going in the series, and especially in a map like this where everything's on the line. Loser goes down into the lower bracket, winner moves on further in the upper. AE, confidence, the ego, whatever it is they have to boast, whatever it is they have to really adjust here. Well, that is going to have to come in now. It's a final chance for them to really challenge the throne here of Boom, who have been those kings of Indonesia for so long. AE at the cusp of taking that title away. Now with this mid control that they've been liking to take quite early. You know, this garage control, this is like the 3rd or 4th time they've done it already in this map alone, in this game. And every time, the garage push has been successful. They do usually are able to get on the C site because of it. But oh, just barely scraping by, and Berserk's finding the pick on Asterisk, who's none the wiser.
The confidence to peek through the tightest of angles like that, and to come out on top. NC Slasher, he hasn't been found yet. He's got to get one before he drops. Okay, they look at each other. Just a couple of seconds here, but Flipshitter He's got a good flank in, but the Seekers is going to deny. Now they know where he is, but still, it's a good position for a punish. Now the flashes does come out. They have a little bit of information, but Flipjitter, he just can't win that duel. It leaves it all in the hands of Blaze, and he's going to turn tail and run all the way towards B's site, where he's going to be saving that rifle.
Boom Esports, that's all they can really do. And, you know, these guys, they are one of the biggest organizations in Indonesia as a region, and they have been in the game. And I don't just mean Valorant, I just mean esports as a whole, competitions, pro teams, the practice, and all the level of competition that you can have in between. These guys have been in it for quite a while, and there's a lot of infrastructure there on the Indonesian side to really help, you know, these guys get to the best of their abilities. And at the moment, Boom Esports, they haven't been looking like the Boom Esports we were kind of expecting, but that is not a shot at AE, because by all means, it takes a good team to capitalize on mistakes given. And for AE to be able to recognize those openings and really make full use of it and turn it in their favor, that's a hallmark of a good team. And by all means, AE, they are a great team here in Southeast Asia, and they're proving everybody wrong that, well, they might be, for the most part, the second best, but they're not settled for that.
I'm really gonna go and die on this hill and just be Alter Ego is still the best Indonesian team. I mean, a lot of people, especially a lot of the Indonesians, will think that, yeah, for the longest time, you know, AE has been better. But that's just in the international arena, where I feel like it's truly the proving grounds of any team. It hasn't been the case. It's been Boom. It's the story of Boom, they won against Bren in a best of 3 in Masters 1, and Boom lost eventually to Bren in, you know, Sea Challengers 2 here. Now we're at Sea Challengers 3. They are going to try to change the course of history. But Alter Ego, we haven't really seen how they perform before. This is the first, like, real litmus test that they're going to be passing through to see whether they can make the cut here in one of the biggest stages in Southeast Asia. And that's a lot of weight on their shoulders. But weight or not, they're proving that they... Oh, that thought. A disgusting peek right there from Blaze. He hasn't done it before. And he does it again!
Okay, looking like the mechanic of Garage right now. He's double peeking it dry, completely catching him off guard. The timing perfect here, coming from Blaze.
How dare you? The gall, the audacity to just swing, no utility, no nothing, just dry peek his way into mid, and then do it again a couple seconds later. Just sometimes that's what it takes, Black and Blue. Just the massive cojones to make those kind of plays.
Cojones, definitely the most apt sense of the word. Well, these flashes have been keeping Alter Ego at bay for the most part. SMG's here for the side of Boom, and Flipjitter is going to be punished as he tries to go for the peak with a Bulldog. Elmi Moore finding another. Now, AE, they're making it happen. Asterisk getting taken down. And this is what we talked about. Boom. They're really good at finding opening picks. And time again, they find 2 opening picks on these eco rounds. But they have yet to really convert it into a 1 eco and into a thrifty round in their sake. And for Boom, it's just been crumbling. There it goes. Blaze being taken down. The only player with an actual rifle in his hands. And Elmi Moore is going to get it with a right click at that range. I'm telling you, man, it's been the story of Boom ever since the start of this series, even in the group stage. They get these opening picks on eco, but somehow they just let it slip away, even with a 5v3. I mean, you might not have the arsenal in your favor, but you've got 2 men alive. You got 2 more bodies to throw. Make something happen.
Elmi Moore is just a disgusting player, and this is why I think he's really one of the highlights. I really wanted to take a look at Elmi Moore in this one, and that was a left click, but for good reason. Oh my god, that round was so well dissected by AE. They knew that they had to make a play. They sneak on over to B. They find 1 pick. They get a couple of kills towards A-Link, and that just means that their A site was most likely open and safe. And the read to go to A just paid so much dividends for them. Alter Ego, they have just masterfully in that round and completely outclassed Boom Esports.
Alter Ego, man, they've been really good at reading what Boom have kind of been throwing at them, but we have seen in this series that whoever wins the first opening half as Blaze opens things up here in Tempo Toll, and Flip Shitter is going to find and do the same thing. Fat Penguin returning the favor on the Blaze, getting that trade-off. It's a 4v3. As I was saying, you know, whoever wins the first half hasn't been closing out the game and has been losing that map specifically, and so if things are a sign to come, then as NC Slasher gets that pick, Boom might just make something happen at the end of it, but we're going to have to see if that curse rings true. 3, make that 4v1. Berserk's going to try and hide the operator, maybe go meet his untimely demise, to which he shall, as advertised, asterisk, getting it, and he knows where he saved the operator. Could not find it, but, or does he? No, it doesn't.
He tries to find it, yeah, but it was tucked away in a very safe location. No operator for you on the defensive side here. That's going to be a big deal because that's going to force a lot of economic... Yeah, they don't even go ahead and pick up that op. They couldn't afford it even if they wanted to, I'm fairly certain, yes. And this just means that it's going to be 5 rifles for Boom. No operator for Alter Ego this time, even though they can't afford it. Which means one thing. They're going to be going for, I'd say, a very, very decisive hit towards that side. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to use Berserks to go for those entries. And while he's been getting those entries on the operator, I think that the solution here is to fully utilize the double duels that you have to truly break into those sites and create an opening for your team.
I have to agree, and I think they share the same sentiments here. For them to let go of that operator, which they've been quite keen to do even on the attacking side, just tells you that they feel like the pace on their side has been slow, and that is uncharacteristic when you have both a Jet and Reyna online and a lot of the initiating power to back that up. They don't even have a Sentinel on their sides, and so this tells you what philosophy they're kind of trying to bring in here, what theory of Valorant they're trying to make happen, but with that operator, it kind of works against what they're trying to make happen. So NC Slasher has been playing this back of the site quite amicably as Nats is going to be taken down. Blaze finding 2 opening picks, and Berserks will find 1, but a quick trade-off here coming from NC Slasher. Fat Bang was able to find one of his own on the Blaze, and he finds a double Q on the ER. NC Slasher holding it down, holding down the line. It's a 1v1 right now. Going to have to be forced off of the plant because of the lockdown here. It shall expire. He has just enough time to rotate to either site, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what he's going to go for. Going to pull up the Cosmic Divide.
That's a great wall.
Oh, but will he be able to plant off of that? I don't think so.
Yeah, he can. There is a space. I think there's a space towards the left that he can actually just plant on. Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. That's really a great wall to be able to play. Now he could literally be anywhere. And just like that, no, he misses! That's the problem with the Phantom, ladies and gentlemen. That is why I still think the Vandal is a superior gun. He gets the dink, but just the second bullet going stray. Alter Ego, man, that should have been round. What a great attempt from Fat Penguin. Just when you thought he had it written in the stars. Aster or not, he can't take that down. 7-5 it goes. 2-round advantage for Alter Ego, and I don't know if this will be enough against Boom.
So close too. What a great Cosmic Divide there to cut things up, eliminating all of the angles that he could have otherwise had to deal with. Still, though, he gets the dink at the end of it, the gush, but suddenly not enough to end the round. And Boom Esports, 7-5. This is the closest scoreline that we've had in this entire series going into the second half. And in that stead, as we ended both Bind and Split, 8-4, whoever was up 8, well, they lost that map. And for AE, I don't think that's going to ring true, at least just yet. Think we could potentially have overtime here, but let's see exactly how that will pan out. Reconnaissance early on C, and that pulls the defense of Alter Ego to try and back up the Charlie site. Only the Sky here on Nats Laurent to hold on to Alpha, but the rest of Boom Esports are already on the site. They've given it up. They can go for the plant here, and somehow ER just shuts Nats Laurent down.
Massive pick to find here, especially on a round that they very much desperately need. They want to be able to level things here. 7-7, and this is going to skyrocket their chances if they can secure this round. They do have a flank coming in. Oh, no, they don't. They don't have a flank coming in. It's going to be Blaze all the way into the back, but it doesn't matter because Boom, they trade flawless rounds. It was a flawless pistol for for AE at the very beginning of it, and now Boom Esports, they bite back with a flawless pistol of their own towards that A site. Both of them happening on that A site. And this is just a mark of things to come here for Boom. They want that top spot. They want to be the best in Indonesia. They want to advance and get closer to Berlin, because there is nothing they'd want more than to represent their beautiful nation and just be that representative right there.
A flawless round coming from Boom Esports, and that's exactly what they needed to get some hype under their wings. I mean, it seemed to be quite a drought for them, honestly. Even though they won that map number 2, it wasn't necessarily decisive. Not in the way that map number 1 was for AE. But Flip Jitter and Eeyore opening things up. Asterisk to help out on that. And this is looking a lot more dominant on this round here coming from Boom. But then again, it is only the second round of the half, and they did win the pistol. So kind of expected to. Fat Penguin all alone in his lonesome, waddling to his demise. And NC Slash will find the opposing Asterisk. So things are all tied up here, but AE, they've been quite good on winning these third rounds of the half, even after losing the opening pistols.
7-7 Black and Blue, and it could not be any better. This game could not be any closer, and we are looking at just the two top dogs of the region being absolute alphas. And right now, no one's backing down. It does seem like we have both of these teams with like the star players having moments of glory. Like, I mean, Elmi Moore has been showing up. Berserks has had a little bit of a more quiet of a series as opposed to that we're used to. Tebotal as well, but on the other side, you got like people like Blaze popping off. But before I get into that, a little bit of an awkward situation as the Gravity Well makes things difficult for AE, and yet again, Berserks will find one, but it's still brought to a 2v3. There's a lot of ground to cover on this retake, but they're creeping up here. Asterisks. Oh no, he gets caught, but he still manages to win the duel. That's a big miss right there from Berserks.
Oh,
they might not expect Nets Laurent here, who's worked his way around the quarter, but he won't expect Blaze, who's worked his way around spawn. And that was a massive pickup of a round for Boom.
They honestly kind of dropped the ball there, AE. I mean, not just to mention, you know, of course, Berserk's not landing the shots which he really need to, but they seemed so adamant on dry peeking that smoke that they placed on CT. AE just kept on pushing out of it, and yeah, Berserk was able to get the pick off of that, but only one, and the rest of his teammates were trying to do the same thing, but they were certainly shut down and done. And I don't know here from AE, this is not looking like the disciplined AE, alter ego that we saw on map number 1 especially, and even on Split, so this is not a good sign of things at the moment here for AE. Flip Jitter though, oh dear, him not landing that shot was crucial, and Nats Laurent gets the opening pick.
Good start to the round is on this eco. They've managed to find the lead here, but they're looking to swarm the site. That's ER to find the opening. Tebotal with a stinger, still deadly, and they still haven't dealt with him just yet. Berserk's going down here and holding the flank. That's going to be Blaze. He's trying to get up close as Eeyore is able to round out Tebotal, but Lemon Moore yet again with the shots. Now trying to get onto that side here, as it looks like they're going to try and rush Fat Penguin. They're going to flash at him. They're going to throw everything at him. They're going to take him down. And they're going to run all the way to C. Just full on smeeking right now is what looks like from Boom.
Well, definitely a sign of confidence at the very moment, at least for Boom, when you can tell that they're going in full send and with a reckless abandon. Elmi Moore, he's going to have to take things a lot more, well, held back. He's down to 30 HP. We've seen that the Phantom can betray you every now and then, so he's going to have to try and play this one as disciplined as he can, but I mean...
There are just so many different metas in this game, and each region, each place in the world, they have their own style of playing Valorant, right? We're seeing more and more what Southeast Asia Valorant is looking like, and as the scene develops, it grows. Like, nowadays, sure, a lot of teams in, let's say, the West, they'd go ahead and pick up those Phantoms. They'd say the Phantom is better, and they have very good reasoning to it. And a lot of the time here in Southeast Asia, you'll get people who still choose to play the Vandal. And that's all well and good, because it really comes down to how your playstyle is in terms of, you know, where you are. If you're playing a lot of full contacts, if your region plays a lot of lurks or slow plays, you know, there are just certain advantages to that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But in that situation, the Vandal was better.
Yeah. I mean, there are some plays that you see, and you're like, that would have only happened with a Phantom. But then there are some things that we're like, well, maybe if he had a Vandal.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you think about it there's so many times that I was like, yeah, if you had a Vandal, you would have won that. But
I mean, it's true for both, I think.
yeah, I think it's true for both. Like, there's a lot of times where people will be like, yeah, if I had a Phantom, I would have won that. But in the end, it's really about what you're good at, you know? Like, personally, I just am used to preferring the Vandal because I prefer playing a little bit more of a tap-tap style.
I feel like Valorant as a whole kind of favors that, honestly. It's quite hard to spray down things sometimes, especially at range. And when if you can be disciplined enough to kind of tap 2-3 round bursts at what you're trying to shoot at, then a lot of times you can win those gunfights even when you're in such a dire spot.
Indeed. But here we go again as we finally get another buy round. Berserks with the operator. We know that he likes to play aggressive op. This time he's been punished a little bit too much, so he's playing a little bit safer, going on towards C, trying to lock down that area. But it's going to be B, where Boom is going to amalgamate their forces as they now try to secure that site. They haven't dealt with Fat Penguin. Spotted out here, looking for information, but Fat Penguin, Tebotol to back him up. He gets one here, and the spike has not been planted. The pressure just absolutely mounting here towards that B site, and they're going to be trying to find anything they can. Tebotol doing work, getting another 3v2 here. Dash coming out just to get out of that spot, and Nats Laurent's ready for the backup, but Asterisk is good for the refrag. 1v2. They don't want to make a mistake here. They're going to be playing very passively. That's going to be a nice tag with a Trailblazer, and that's going to allow Berserk to finish off that round. I like the communication, Black and Blue. Nats Laurent knows that his position is very much spotted and it's very much in danger. So the moment that he gets hit he goes and lands that hit with the Trailblazer, he just says, okay, I'm kind of in a bad spot here. Berserks, it's all up to you. And he takes that shot, communication shining through, and that was a good example of why Alter Ego can be such a powerful team.
I also quite liked how Tebotol really made use of the chaos that was happening on the B site itself, dipping in and out of the smoke, getting a pick off here and there. It really did help things go in the favor of AE at the end of it. So Alter Ego, a single round away from tying this game on up. Flashes abound, and they're trying to make the A site theirs. Tebotol, he can dismiss out of safety here, but he's not even going to get the opportunity to do so because they've completely overrun the site here, Boom Esports. Now suddenly a quick 5v2 seems to have been taken aback, shocked and surprised, stirred by what just happened on the site itself. Alter Ego, I think the call here is to go for a save. What any kind of hope do you have? You can see Berserk's already on that. He's saving towards that C site, and Boom Esports, they've just gotten and taken the 10th round now.
Yeah, this has got to be a save now. This is looking a little bit worrisome for Alter Ego as they want to hold on to these rifles. There's not a lot left in this game. It's 3 rounds that Boom need after this one to get that win, to get that W in this very close fought best of 3. It's 8-9, Black and Blue. We thought that this would be close, and in this rivalry, this destined matchup between the 2 top Indonesian squads, this is providing us the map that we wanted and more. I could not ask for a better matchup for the 2 Indonesian squads right now. It's a little unfortunate that they met so early on in the bracket, but the silver lining is that we're going to finally know who's the best team in Indonesia, at least for now. And of course, one of them at least gets to go through to the next round.
Well, I mean, with the way that this matchup has went in the past, whoever wins one series typically loses the next one between them, and it's been a back and forth between AE and Boom Esports historically. And while for the meantime, if AE win this, then they're the best, and while Boom win this, when Boom win this, then they're the best. I'm not sure how long that exactly is going to ring true for the most part, and we can put crowns to kings and titles to champions, but at the end of it, at least they do have 2 representatives here for Indonesia. Such a great scene that we have in Southeast Asia. And do not fret, Indonesian fans, because no matter which team loses this series, they still got a lower bracket play.
Second Life. I mean, this is obviously the great thing about having this format is that you don't get to see your favorite teams play once. In fact, you get to see them play a lot of the times because we go through the whole group stage thing. And it just really means that, you know, the more games that you get to play, that just means that the best team is really going to shine through. And that's the whole idea over the group stages, over the whole double elimination, is that in a best-of-1 map, there's more likely chances that, I'd say, not the worst team, but not the favored team would go through. But in a best-of-3, that's where you really start getting those teams that, you know, and those results that you should be seeing. You don't see like really crazy upsets and then nobody's happy. But here in a best-of-3, it's very much a different story. Now, forces here for Boom Esports, they're going to be gathering towards A. They start an entry. They haven't closed off this angle yet. Nats Laurent is good for one. The crossfire falls apart as the two members holding A just completely get decimated here. It's Alter Ego have lost round after round after round, and this might be another save call. I wouldn't blame them if they do go for it. They might send Fat Penguin off to just go and die. This is just no way to sugarcoat it. They're gonna send him to go for an
That's
eco.
your mission.
Yeah, that is their mission. Take one down with you.
Die.
Die.
I mean, that's all you can really do at that
And
point.
because he needs to, because he doesn't want to have no money coming to the next round.
Quite literally, like, no memes intended. He maybe find one, go for the exit, and that he shall not do, unfortunately, for Alter Ego. I thought he had that one in the bag with Blaze not realizing him being there, but he pulls out the Phantom in time. Quick draw on this man. Certainly a cowboy, but it's Boom Esports here right now, who are at the cusp of match point, and this is not a prospect AE are too happy about.
3 rounds away is what separates these two teams. Only 3. But 2 rounds is what Boom needs to take this best of 3 final, semi, and then send Alter Ego to the lower bracket. We're in the playoffs, guys. So there is a lower bracket.
They got a second chance.
Yeah, they got a second chance.
If only everyone did.
I do want to point out, Black and Blue, that just the shots for Berserk and his impact here in this matchup against Boom is really not having the impact that it normally has. I think a lot of it has to do... Oh, wait, hold on. The timing just not going for El Nimo's way, and that's a massive, massive chance here. Flips Jadur, completely blind. Oh, no, it's so awkward. They get through Fat Penguin, and there's 3 members right now honing in on the site. Berserks yet again misses an opportunity here. 3v4. Nats Laurent very low on HP, and they lose all the remaining members here except for 2. As Nats Laurent and Tebatol have to make magic, and against 4, this is not going to happen as Boom Esports are able to claim match point here. Alter Ego, they are in a rut, and it is so difficult to see them digging themselves out of it.
I don't really see that happening, honestly. 4 rounds, perfect that they have to play in. They can maybe get a round or 2 here, but let's see the action before we really call it Illustrado. They have 4 chances to get us in overtime. 4 perfect rounds is what they're going to have to bring. Maybe not flawless rounds, but they have to play every single one to a T and win every single round. And that's not going to be easy, especially against the form that Boom Esports have been bringing now here late into the final map of the series. Plant will go down on the Bravo site. Nothing that AE are going to do to stop that from happening. Pushing out Elmi Moore. He's going to get caught out in transition as a spike is planted. The gravity well will pull him off guard, and Blaze finding a second, even with the Sova initiating everything and getting the frags. But Tebatol answering back. Asterisk on the refrag here to find Berserks in a 4v1, making it happen. But in the end, he will dismiss the safety for the meantime. It's a 1v3. Can he clutch this one out?
I don't know, man. 1v3, it might be too much to ask here. The Cosmic Divide just proving it to be so difficult, and the timing's not gonna go his way. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a victor, and it's gonna be Boom Esports.